We'll now be proceeding with our first opening statement for the state. Are you ready to proceed? All right, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Rapunzel is an 18-year-old girl who has been locked up in a tower her entire life. She works around the tower cooking, baking, painting, sewing, and more. Often she sings of the outside world. Every year on her birthday, she asks to see the lanterns. Mother Gothel would never let her go. When Flynn Rider climbs her tower on May 10th, she has a whole new world ahead of her. Of course she took the chance. She climbed down the tower and set off. For someone who has been locked in a tower, this would be an adventure. Later that day, the palace crown was found in the tower. Mother Gothel does seem to leave often. Today you're going to hear from Rapunzel herself that she always wanted to leave the tower. From Pascal you will hear that she was her only friend. From Flynn you might hear something like Rapunzel had never been to dinner or other things like that. Another example you might hear from the captain of the guard would be the theft on May 9th. So those of you in the jury, as you consider your verdict, take in all the facts and think about what will be said today. That's all I have.
All right, thank you, State. Defense, do you guys have an opening statement prepared? Are you ready to proceed?
Yeah.
All right, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, today you will hear from Mother Gothel herself, and she will say that she loved Rapunzel. You will also hear from Madame Hiss, and she will explain that Mother Gothel did everything to protect Rapunzel and that she provided for her in every way. Patchy will also confirm that he saw Mother Gothel let Rapunzel leave to see the lanterns on her birthday. Maximus will explain that he may have seen 2 sets of footprints when he was investigating the theft of the crown. The captain of the guards will tell you that a skilled and crafty thief stole the crown, and none of the evidence today will indicate that Mother Gothel fits the description. Mother Gothel is a mistaken woman who lives in the tower on the border of the Tangled Forest, and she found poor Rapunzel by herself. She could have left her to die, but did she? No, she took her into her care. Now she is as healthy as you can be. Mother Gothel travels the world to sell exotic fabrics, which is hard to make a living of. With most of her money, she buys things for Rapunzel, with art supplies and baking supplies. She tries her best to protect Rapunzel. Why would she steal some crown when she's so happy with the life she has? She was scared when she figured out that Rapunzel was not in the tower. The evidence will not show that Mother Gothel was keeping Rapunzel against her will. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, as you consider the evidence today, remember that this is a story about a mother who loves her child. That's it.
All right, thank you, defense. At this time, I'll step away from the bench and we will have our CSI unit come up to present.
Don't be shy, CSI unit, come on in. Take your places by your findings. We're excited to hear what you have to say for us. If you would like to stand right here, and then you may take your mask off while you sit.
How high is the tower? 8 feet. Is there any entrance to the tower?
At the top of it, there's a window.
How long was the window locked?
About 1 year.
When you got to the tower, was it locked?
Yes.
Was there evidence to show that Rapunzel was permanently locked in the tower with the window locked?
And if you could just speak up a little bit so that our camera and our jury can hear you, that would be great.
Did the inside of the tower look like it was a nice home to Rapunzel?
Yes, there's a lot of artwork and baking stuff.
Did you find Flynn Rider's bag inside the tower?
Yes, it was a caption.
Was there anything inside or around Flynn Rider's bag?
There was a shield and a rope around it.
Where was the crown found? Was a lock found on the window when you arrived?
Yes.
Did the lock have a key?
Yes.
Where was the key?
It was found outside the bush.
What fingerprints were found on the key to the lock?
Captain of the guard's finger.
Where was the crown found?
It was trying to.
Speak up.
Did the tower look like a prison?
No, there was a lot of space for her to paint and for her to cook.
What was your general impression of the artwork in the tower?
Well, it looked more like Mother Gothel gave her everything she wanted, and it looked famous.
Was there evidence that the window to the tower was ever opened?
Well, if you look at the artwork, most of the paintings that were done weren't what you can see. It was like they were different, and you couldn't find how she got those.
Did you see evidence of Rapunzel at the Snuggly Duckling?
Yes.
What was your impression of the evidence found at the Snuggly Duckling?
Everybody's hair was on the side.
Can you conclude how many times Rapunzel had been outside based on the amount of hair samples found outside?
Once or twice because she had more hair inside than outside.
Did you see evidence of Flynn inside the tower?
Yes.
Were Madame Hiss's fingerprints on the crown?
Yes.
Whose fingerprints were on the crown?
Everyone's but Rapunzel's and Max's.
Whose fingerprints were on the lock?
The captain of the guard and Rapunzel.
Whose fingerprints were on the key?
The captain of the guards.
Why do you think Mother Gothel's fingerprints were not on the lock and the key?
We think they weren't there because she hired the captain of the guard to lock Rapunzel in, but she didn't do it. So suspicion wouldn't be on her.
You can hold up your board.
Do you think? Did you find evidence that the window was ever open?
Yes. The fingerprints were on the key, so somebody had to open it and lock it.
What fabrics were found in the living quarters?
All of them, but mainly Flynn Riders.
Were there any main locations for fabrics?
Mostly on the couch, beside the couch, and in the couch, along with a sword and a shield.
Was there anything suspicious about where you found Flynn Rider's fabrics in Rapunzel's living quarters?
It was everywhere, and which was kind of suspicious because it looked like he was looking for something.
Did you notice anything unusual about Flynn Rider's bag?
I had a patch in it, which I suspect that he had the crown in it, and it fell out, and a few days later, he put a patch back on it, and someone came, and he ran away.
No further questions, council? Okay, thank you, CSI unit. You did an amazing job. Follow Mrs. Anderson out that way, and let me leave your board so the jury can consider your findings in their deliberations. Thank you. Thank you.
this time, we will now proceed with the state side of the case. I will remind everyone that we are under trial for false imprisonment and theft. Those are the two counts that are being charged today. So the state, would you like to call your first witness?
Okay, bailiff, would you escort our witness to the stand? We have the bailiff coming up for you.
Could you place your right hand on the Bible and your left hand in the air? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay, and then if you guys will question, if you guys want to pull your masks down so that we can all hear you better.
Can I just take it off?
Yes.
What is your name?
Rapunzel,
How old are you?
18,
Where do you live?
in the forest on the border.
Did you want to leave?
Yes,
Did Mother Gothel ever tell you why you couldn't leave?
she never did.
Do you have any human friends?
No, except for Flynn.
Did Mother Gothel ever tell you about the day she found you?
She never told me about it.
What do you do so you don't get bored?
I paint, cook, and clean.
What happened on May 10th?
Mother Gothel left to go get stuff and Flynn came stumbling through the window.
What did you think of Flynn?
It was strange, but I always wanted company.
Did you ask him to take you anywhere?
Mhm.
Where did you ask you to take him?
What?
Where did you ask him to take you?
Outside the tower, anywhere.
Where did Flynn take you?
Snuggly Duckling restaurant.
What happened when Flynn disappeared?
Mother Gothel came right up as soon as I noticed he was gone.
Did you seem scared or enraged?
Enraged.
What did you think when you saw the crown?
I had a memory of my parents.
Did you think anything of it being in the tower?
No.
No further questions.
Okay, thank you, State. Cross-examination, if you can stay up there for just one more moment. Cross-examination? Any defense?
Does the cross-examiner need any time to prepare, or are you ready to go in? Okay.
Your name is Rapunzel, correct?
Correct.
You love Mother Gothel with all of your heart, right?
Mhm.
Do you get all of your paint and art supplies from Mother Gothel?
Yes.
Did it occur to you that Flynn Rider had a record of borrowing things?
No.
Did it cross your mind that Mother Gothel was protecting you from such harm and doing the best for you?
Yes.
Is it accurate to say that on May 10th, 2020, you welcomed someone you didn't know into your home and made him feel at home when you did not know him?
Yes, because I've always wanted company and I've never had someone to hang out with.
On May 10th, Mother Gothel let you go with Flynn Rider and follow your dream while still protecting you, correct?
Well, she followed me, but correct.
Is it correct to say that you disobeyed Mother Gothel, although she was trying to keep you from the dangers outside the tower?
It's correct, but I've always wanted to follow my dreams and she never let me.
Have you ever met Flynn Rider before May 10th?
No.
Is it true that you went out with a stranger when Mother Gothel warned you of what could happen?
Yes.
Is it possible that Mother Gothel knew that you were naive and vulnerable and she was just trying to protect you?
Could be.
Any further questions? Rapunzel, you may step down. Thank you, Rapunzel. At this time, would the state like to call their second witness?
That's you.
Pascal.
Pascal. Mr. Bailey?
Pascal, you're being called to the stand. We are bailiff escort Pascal, the chameleon.
Put your right hand on the Bible and your left hand in the air. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
All right, you may proceed.
Good afternoon. What is your name?
Rapunzel. Pascal.
How do you live?
In the tower.
How do you know Rapunzel?
She rescued me when I was a baby.
How long have you known her?
Since I was a baby.
What was your relationship like?
We were best friends, and I was pretty much the only friend she ever had.
What did you like to do with her?
I liked to listen to her read and sing.
What happened on May 10th?
Flynn Rider came into the tower.
What did Rapunzel talk about with Flynn Rider?
She wanted to see lanterns, but Mother Gothel never let her go.
What happened after they left?
Well, Mother Gothel came back and she was looking for Rapunzel.
What time did she come back to the tower? Did Rapunzel come back to the tower?
Around dawn.
What happened after she came back from tower?
Well, she looked a little scared, but she also found the crown, and she kind of like put it on or something.
What was her reaction to the crown being stolen?
I'm not really sure. She like, well, when she saw the crown, she looked like a little like confused or like kind of like I'm not really sure.
Okay, that is all I have.
All right, thank you. Defense cross-examination of Pascal Trudeau.
The crown was in a bag, correct?
No. I mean, yeah, no.
Rapunzel was your best friend, correct?
Yes.
You never left the tower, correct?
No, I never left it.
You were not aware the crown was stolen, is that right?
It could have been stolen by Mother Gothel.
Can you please describe what happened on May 10th?
Well, Flynn Rider came in and then, Rapunzel talked to him about seeing the lanterns. She also told him that Mother Gothel never let her go, and Rapunzel offered to take her, so she went with Flynn Rider.
Did the brown-haired man stumble into the tower window?
Yes.
The CSI said the tower was 70 feet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Are there stairs in the tower?
No.
No one could accidentally climb the 70-foot tower, correct?
Well, yes, but he probably faked it because he wasn't expecting Rapunzel to get there.
Flynn left his bag in the tower, correct?
Yes.
That is all.
Thank you. Pascal, you may step down. All right, State, would you like to call your third witness?
Flynn Rider.
Put your right hand on the Bible and
Keep your mask on.
do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
All right, you may proceed.
Hello. What is your name?
My name is Flynn Rider.
How do you know Rapunzel?
Well, I met her on May 10th when I came across her tower, and curiosity got the best of me, and I climbed in, and that's when I met her.
Why did you enter the tower?
Well, I'd never seen anything like a tower like that. It was hidden in the middle of the woods. I'm pretty accustomed to the forest and what's in it, and I'd never seen it before. I got curious, and I ended up going.
Did you bring anything to the tower?
I brought my bag with me.
How clueless was Rapunzel when you asked her about friends?
She was very clueless. I later learned that she had never left her tower in all of 18 years, so she had never met any human friends.
Did you offer her to go outside, and if so, what did she say?
Yeah, I offered to take her to go see the lanterns, and she was really excited about it, so she said yes.
When you left the tower, did you leave anything behind?
Yeah, I left my bag behind, but it didn't really matter. There wasn't really anything important in it.
What happened on May 10th, 2020?
Well, we left the tower, then we went and saw a couple cool sights around the forest, like the Carrillo Cave, and then we went to my favorite restaurant, the Snuggly Duckling.
How did Rapunzel react at the Ugly Duckling?
Well, she had never been to a restaurant before, so she was super fascinated by being served a meal.
What did you notice that was strange about Rapunzel?
Well, she didn't really know how to act in public, which wasn't surprising considering she'd never left the tower.
When you saw Mother Gothel with Rapunzel, how did they react to each other's presence?
Well, Mother Gothel was pretty angry at Rapunzel for leaving the tower, so they argued for a little bit. And I was just surprised that Mother Gothel was even her mother, because they didn't really look anything alike.
That's all, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Defense, cross-examination of Flynn Rider.
You are friends with a giant named Patchy, right?
Correct.
Patchy kindly let you borrow his watch, correct?
Kind of.
You kept his watch for over 4 months without returning it, right?
That's correct.
You have been known to steal things from time to time, right?
I prefer to use the term borrow without permission, but
You told Patchy that you had plans to get rich, right?
oh yeah, I've always wanted to be rich.
Did you explain to Patchy what the job entailed when you asked him to help you with your job?
Sure.
Do you feel that Patchy fully understood what the job really was?
Well, I can't really speak on what Patchy understood or not, but I assume so.
Is it true that you stated that you accidentally stumbled into a 70-foot tower?
That's correct. I told that to Rapunzel.
You took Rapunzel out of the tower without permission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is it true that you had a bag that you left behind in the tower?
That's true.
Did you see Rapunzel and Mother Gothel talking outside of the Snuggly Ducklings restaurant on May 10th?
I did.
Thank you. Mr. Flynn Rider, you may step down. State, I believe you guys have one more witness to call. What do you have to call them?
The captain of the guard.
Thank you, Mr. Rider.
Your right hand on the Bible and your left hand on the other. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is your name?
My name is Theodora, but my friends call me Captain. See, my dad always wanted a boy, but...
How do you know Rapunzel?
Well, I work in the castle, and I knew Rapunzel when she was born.
What was your relationship with the king and queen?
My relationship was very good with the king and queen. I've been working for them for many years.
What happened the day Rapunzel vanished?
Well, it was a very sad day, the day that Rapunzel vanished, and it was probably one of the hardest days of my job. I mean, one minute she was there, and the next minute she was just gone. She just vanished.
How did the king and queen feel about this?
Oh, they were devastated.
What was your reaction to the crown?
I was quite surprised. It was interesting because I was doing my rounds, and all of a sudden I hear this whooshing sound come through the palace, and I went to see and investigate, but I didn't see anybody.
There was tell us about the rope you found outside the palace.
Well, I suspected that there was a rope, but we never really found one.
Have you ever seen the tower before May 11th?
Never.
Tell us about the locked window.
So I got to the tower on May 11th, and I climbed up the tower, and the window was locked from the outside.
How did you get inside?
Oh, well, I had to unlock the window.
That is all your honor.
All right, thank you. All right, defense, would you guys like to proceed with cross-examination?
Yes.
You may proceed. You can slip your mask on.
You have worked for the king for over 30 years, correct?
Yes,
On May 9th, you were training 2 new guards, right?
that's correct.
Do you know a man named Flynn?
I don't know him personally.
Do you remember the day that the crown went missing?
I do.
Is it true that you suspected the theft of the crown to have climbed into the palace by a rope?
Well, the reason why I would suspect that is because the only thing that I noticed when I went into the room where the crown was kept was that the window was missing.
Would you think the intruder was a younger person?
Perhaps.
Did you ever see Mother Gothel inside of the king and queen's palace?
I did not.
You used Maximus the horse to help you track down footprints, right?
Yeah, he's the greatest.
Did you pick the lock to get into the Mother Gothel's castle tower?
I had to pick the lock, there was no key.
Have there ever been charges against Mother Gothel related to the king and queen's daughter?
Not to my knowledge.
You saw fingerprints from the theft, correct?
I did not.
Did you touch the key?
I did not touch the key, I had to pick the lock.
That's it.
All right, thank you. This is Captain of the Guard. You may step down.
Thank you very much.
Um, At this time, the state, do you rest your case? All right, perfect. So now the defense, would you guys like to call your first witness?
Mother Gothel.
Mother Gothel, please step up to the stand. And just a reminder to all you guys, objections are fair game, objections are allowed, so if you guys would like to make any objections, you are free to do so.
Put your right hand on the Bible and left hand on the truth. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
If you guys want to slip your hands up, here you go.
You have never let Rapunzel out of the tower, correct? Yes. Why not?
Hold on one moment. Are you the cross-examination or the direct?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed
So is there a direct examination of Mother Gothel before? Okay, yes.
I just wanted to get over it. I knew it, but
It's all right, just, you may proceed.
What do you do for a living?
I created Untitled Chapter.
How close are you to Rapunzel?
I'm very close to her.
Why do you believe it is best for Rapunzel to stay in the tower?
Because I've heard about the dangerous animals and the thieves, especially Flynn Rider.
Where were you on May 10th?
I was out doing my job.
When you came back to the tower, did you see a bag on the floor?
Yes.
Can you please tell me about the giant Patchy that you met at the Snuggly Duckling restaurant?
Patchy was extremely nice and very welcoming and helped me find Rapunzel.
What were you feeling when you came back to see that Rapunzel was gone?
I was very scared and worried because I didn't know where she was gone.
What is your opinion of Flynn Rider?
My opinion of him is that he steals stuff and he's a thief. And I just like him.
That is all.
Thank you. Now, if you'd like to proceed with your cross-examination.
You have never let Rapunzel out. I was surprised that I found a baby in the forest.
You weren't wondering why she was there? Did you ask anybody?
No, he was never there.
Why did you follow Rapunzel and Flynn?
To make sure she was okay for the
Were you mad or scared when you went to find her?
I was scared.
Why were you frantic to see Rapunzel gone if she was free to go?
Because I didn't know where she was. She never asked me.
Why do you lock the window at night? But how would the thieves get in? What does the flower that you found in Rapunzel do? Did you ever tell Rapunzel you weren't her biological mother?
No.
No further question.
All right, thank you. Mother Gothel, you may step down from the stand. Defense, would you like to call your second witness?
Madam Miss,
All right, Madam Miss, would you step up to the stand?
Put your right hand on the Bible and your left hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
David, do you have to stand on your stand? Can you proceed?
what is your name?
Madam Hess.
How long have you lived with Mother Gothel?
It seems like all my dad lives.
What kind of person is she?
She's a brave, hardworking person.
What is your relationship with Mother Gothel?
She's my best friend.
What are some of your hobbies?
I like taking naps on luxurious fabrics from Mother Gothel.
Why is she your best friend?
Because she puts me in charge of Rapunzel every time she risks her life going into the forest to support Rapunzel's expensive hobbies.
Why does Mother Gothel leave you in charge of Rapunzel when she goes on trips?
Because she trusts me to take care of Rapunzel.
How has Mother Gothel shown her motherly love to Rapunzel?
She's cared for her since she was a little baby.
What time did they arrest Mother Gothel?
11:30.
What happened on May 10th?
Well, I was taking a nap when all of a sudden a guy stumbled into the tower. But how can you stumble into a 70-foot tower?
That is all.
All right, thank you. Cross-examination of Madam Miss. You may proceed.
Good afternoon. What does Rapunzel?
Stand the group there.
And if you're comfortable to take off your face shield, it makes it a little bit louder. So just set it on the table until you're done and speak as loudly as you can.
Okay. What does Rapunzel do in her free time?
She likes cooking and singing and painting.
What is your relation to Mother Gothel?
She's my best friend.
Doesn't Rapunzel disturb you when you sleep because of singing about nature and people? You said you could tell she wanted to see the world, correct?
Yes.
Rapunzel always asked to see the lanterns, right?
Yes.
Mother Gothel never let her go, correct?
Yes.
Why was Mother Gothel so frantic about Rapunzel being gone?
Because of the dangers of the forest.
Would the defense like to call the third witness of the case?
Patchy?
Dr. Patchy, you may come up to the stand. Thank you, Mr. Bailey.
Place your right hand on the Bible, your left hand in the air. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
You may proceed. Make sure you set your stuff.
What is your name?
Hi, I'm Leonardo, but my friends call me Patchy.
How old are you?
28 now.
How long have you been going to the Snuggly Ducklings restaurant?
Snuggly Duckling, 4 years.
Do you have a good relationship with a young man named Flynn Rider?
Good? No, not good. I know him, but not good.
Does Flynn often talk to you about his plans?
All the time. He always talks about getting rich. He really is fascinated with the idea of being rich.
Did Flynn Rider keep the watch that you told Flynn that he was only allowed to borrow, but 4 months later he gave it back?
Yes, he did. He kept my watch. I'm not even wearing it now.
So do you believe that Flynn has a tendency to take stuff?
Yes, sadly that's true.
Can you tell me about the agreement that you and Flynn made?
I like to do little jobs. I just want to be a helper. I want to be a friend to people. And we had an agreement that I would just do a small job for him because I'm kind of tall. That's all.
Did Flynn ever show up at the Snuggly Ducklings restaurant like he had planned with you?
No, he never came back.
What were you doing on May 10th?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I was standing outside of the restaurant and I just was looking in because I knew that Flynn was there with a pretty girl.
Did you meet a woman on May 10th outside of the Snuggly Ducklings?
I did. I met a lady. She was the mother for the little girl. Well, she's not really that little, 18 years old. And she was just worried about the little girl, and she wanted to know if she was being taken good care of.
Did Mother Gothel talk to Rapunzel?
She did. It was her birthday. She wanted to make sure she was going back to the tower to be safe.
Did you and Mother Gothel follow Rapunzel and Flynn to make sure Rapunzel was safe?
Safe. That was the most important thing to the mother. And so, yes, we did follow.
At the river, who did you talk to?
Flynn. Wanted to ask him some questions. Wanted to know about the job that I was supposed to help with. Wanted to know about my watch.
From your experience from the events of May 10th, would you say that Mother Gothel was a concerned parent?
Absolutely. She loves Rapunzel.
Is there anything that you would like to add to the events of May 10th?
Well, it was an interesting day. A lot going on in the forest. An amazing tower. And a very caring mother.
Thank you. This time, the cross-examination of Dr. Tachi. You can slip your mask on.
How do you know Mother Gothel?
Oh, well, I met her at the restaurant one day. May 10th, I think they said.
How do you know Flynn Rider?
Well, we met at the restaurant too, and we were supposed to do a job together.
When Flynn borrowed your watch, why did you call him a thief when he later returned it?
Do you really borrow for that long? I needed my watch.
Did you ever tell him when he should return it?
I don't think so.
Did she tell you how she knew the young couple?
Who?
Mother Gothel.
She said that was her daughter.
Did you seem worried about Rapunzel?
Very worried.
That was all.
All right, thank you. Dr. Tachi, you may step down to the stand.
Thank you so much.
At this time, would the defense like to call their last witness? Maximus the horse. You can put your clothes on the arm.
Right in the Bible. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Witness direct examination, please step forward. Make sure you slip your mask on.
What is your name?
My name is Maximus the Horse.
What is your job?
My job is the lead investigator for the captain of the guards.
How long have you been in this position?
Well, since I was just a young foal.
With all your experience, you must be pretty trustworthy.
Yes, sir.
What happened May 10th, 2020?
Well, I was standing guard near the entrance to the Tangled Forest when a woman approached me and asked for and told me that she would give me more information about the forest in exchange for a ride.
Did you see any tracks at the crime?
No. Well, yes, I did. I followed the tracks to the edge of town, but at some point it looked like there were 2 sets of footprints, but it was hard to tell because it was raining.
What state of feeling was Mother Gothel in when she asked you for a ride?
She was frazzled. It looked like somebody had just died.
Did she mention anything about Rapunzel?
No.
Did you see anything at the Snuggly Duckling?
Well, I saw Mother Gothel talking to a giant named Patchy, and inside I saw the couple that they were talking about.
Did you overhear anything?
Yes, I overheard them talking about a couple inside, and I overheard the giant call the man a thief.
When you gave the couple a ride, who was following you?
Mother Gothel and Patchy.
Did you ever go inside the tower?
No.
Had you ever met Flynn Rider before?
No.
Where were you when Mother Gothel was arrested?
Well, I was the one that took the crown to the palace, and I was with the captain of the guards outside the tower.
There's it.
Thank you. The cross-examination of Mr. Woods, like to proceed?
You don't want to go through that.
Okay, that's fine.
What is your name?
My name is Maximus the Horse.
What was your role for the king?
Well, my role for the king was the lead investigator of the captain of the guards.
What were you doing the morning of May 10th?
Well, like I said, I was standing guard near the entrance to the Tangled Forest when a woman approached me.
Was there any solid suspects or characteristics for someone who might have stolen the crown?
No, there were no witnesses.
What about characteristics? That contradicts what you say in your affidavit, though. In your affidavit, it says that there was certain characteristics for someone who might have stolen the crown.
No.
It does.
Can
someone please
would
give
you like
me...
to impeach the witness? I have his statement, if you would like.
Oh, yes.
And you could refresh the witness's memory as to what he said under oath.
It says, right here. The culprit had escaped on foot. There were 2 sets of footprints. They had gear, such as a rope, and they would have been nimble or agile.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right. How do you know Mother Gothel?
Well, I met her outside the forest.
When you met her, was she with anyone? When she went to the Snuggly Duckling, who was she talking to?
A giant.
Why did you follow them?
Because I wanted to see if there was anything about the thief.
Okay. The young woman that the man was with, how did she seem to be outside?
Well, she seemed, when she was talking to Mother Gothel and arguing, she seemed upset that she was going back to the tower.
Did you follow them back to the tower?
Yes.
How hidden was the tower?
It was very hidden. There was like all kinds of vines and stuff.
Were they in a hurry to get back home?
I couldn't tell.
From your view of the tower, were there many ways up?
No, just one way up.
Who gave you the crown that next morning?
Pascal.
From the observations that you've made in your affidavit, would you say that Mother Gothel could possibly fit the description of the crown thief?
No.
That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Maximus the Horse, you may step down. At this time, we want to give a couple brief minutes for... Okay, at this time we will have a brief recess. Chris and Callahan, if you will meet with your closing argument attorneys. All right. Camera crew, are we okay to proceed? All right, so at this time, we will hear the closing arguments from both the state and the defense. State, if you would like to proceed first. Are you prepared to proceed? I am. All right, you may proceed.
Gentle people of the jury, what an interesting trial it has been. In the affidavit of Mother Gothel, it says that she named Rapunzel after the Campanula Rapunculus, and they ironically both have the same glowing effect for the flower, it's its petals, and for the woman Rapunzel, it's her hair. Mother Gothel so conveniently found the baby princess in the middle of a forest and decided it was hers after asking nobody in the area. Sorry. Not to mention the crown was found on the premises of her tower. I'm sure it's hard living by yourself, not to mention the loneliness, so wouldn't it just be easy to take a child to call your own? You might say, wouldn't a child be more of a hassle? But in many accounts, from even the witnesses here, it said that Rapunzel would clean and sew often for Mother Gothel. What about the fact that any dispute would be ended with a special song about turning back the time that would make Rapunzel's hair glow? It's almost kismet that a single mother that bought expensive fabric would need a big source of income fast, and that crown is priceless. Rapunzel said that she longed to be outside, but since someone would take Mother Gothel's precious child with glowing hair, she locked her up for 18 years. In conclusion, Mother Gothel took the crown as a quick source of income. She thinks of Rapunzel as an object, so she locked her up like an expensive robe. Materialistic love is not love at all. And with my closing argument, I have proven that Mother Gothel not only stole the crown, but kept Rapunzel against her will in the tower. That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you, State. Defense, you have a closing argument prepared? Are you prepared to proceed?
Yes.
All right, you may proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mother Gothel is a mistaken woman who lives in a tower on the border of the tangled forest. She is hardly seen. Like the saying is, you cannot judge a book by its cover. That is exactly what happened to her. She found poor Rapunzel by herself, and she took her into her care. Now she is as healthy as you can be. She tries her best to protect Rapunzel. Why would she steal some crown when she's so happy with the life she has? And the evidence shows that Mother Gothel did not steal the crown. The evidence also shows that she let Rapunzel go see the lanterns on her birthday, which means she was free to go. Mother Gothel was scared when she figured out that Rapunzel was not there. She did not false imprison Rapunzel. She was simply trying to protect her from the thief that stumbled in. The poor old woman was sacrificing her life for Rapunzel. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with the evidence that you have seen and the testimony that you have heard, you should find that Mother Gothel is not guilty for false imprisonment and not guilty of theft. Like I said, she was simply trying to keep her safe from the crime and danger that is in the forest. That's it.
All right, thank you, defense. Well, at this time, I believe that both the state and the defense have rested their case. I shall now turn to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Mother Gothel has been charged today with 1 count of false imprisonment and 1 count of theft. False imprisonment is defined as secretly confining another person without permission and against her will. A common defense to false imprisonment is that the confined person is free to leave. Under the second count, theft. Theft is defined as taking something that does not belong to you without permission. At this time, the jury will have a few quick moments to deliberate, and then Mr. Bailiff over here will deliver their decision to me, and I will make the final verdict.
While the jury is deliberating, I want to congratulate each and every one of you students for doing an amazing job. We know how much preparation went into this, and we can tell that you could see your side of the story and bring it out with questioning or your witnesses, and you did a beautiful job. So hopefully this was a fun assignment for you. I know it was a fun assignment for our program and our students. And regardless of the jury's verdict, you should all feel like a winner and be congratulated on your efforts. So good job, everybody.
All right, just to reiterate what Ms. Brown just said, good job to all of you. It's super exciting to see what you all have done today. I know that at your age, I would not have been able to do close to what you guys did today. So no matter what this ruling is, just good job to all you guys. So, on the state's claim of false imprisonment, the jury has found in favor of the state and has found Mother Gothel guilty of false imprisonment. On the state's claim of theft of the palace crown, the jury has found in favor of Mother Gothel and has found her not guilty of theft. The verdict is now official.